Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, broadcasting live here in our Washington, D.C. studio. Welcome to this evening edition of The News with Riley King. Let's begin. We got a lot of news to talk about this evening, so let's get started. First up, we're going to take a look at your COVID-19 dashboard from Johns Hopkins University in Medicine. Let's take a look at that information for all of you right now. And here is a look at that information for all of you right now. Your global cases are 86,230,870. U.S. cases are 21,007,694. Global deaths are 1,865,267. U.S. deaths are 356,540. And that is a look at your Johns Hopkins University in Medicine COVID-19 dashboard. Now, let's get to some other news. Your voice, your vote. Polls closing soon in Georgia Senate runoff race. The key race. Let's take a look at seat 1 and seat 2 and which senators are running in this election. So here is that information for all of you. In the Georgia Senate race for seat 1, these are the two candidates, Democrat and Republican. In Georgia Senate race, seat 2, the Democrat and Republican. Those are the candidates that are running in this election in Georgia. And whatever the outcome is, that will determine the majority in who will be in charge of the Senate, either the Republicans or the Democrats, and which side has more. Georgia runoffs, the latest race of 2020 to decide control of the Senate. Control of the Senate and the future of Joe Biden's agenda hangs in the balance. Control of the Senate and the fate of President-elect Joe Biden's agenda hangs in the balance on Tuesday in Georgia, with GOP Senator David and Kelly facing Democrats John and the Rev. Ralph in twin runoff elections. No charges filed against officer in shooting of Jacob Blake. Blake was paralyzed in the shooting. The Coahasha County, Wisconsin District Attorney will not be charging anyone of the law enforcement officers involved in the August 2020 shooting of Jacob Blake. The district attorney told Blake 29 of his plea not to file charges prior to announcing it to the media. Trump keeps pressure on Pence to reject Biden's win before Congress tomorrow on Wednesday. Those close to Pence says he's not expected to diverge from a scripted role. Vice President Mike Pence will face perhaps his greatest political challenge on Wednesday when he oversees the joint session of Congress at which he'll be required to announce Joe Biden as president-elect, forced to choose between his long-standing loyalty to the Constitution and a president demanding he do something the law doesn't allow. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Tuesday evening. And here's a check of that U.S. stock market for all of you for this Tuesday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the green and up. S&P 500 closed in the green and up. Gold closed in green and up. Oil closed in the red and went down. US 10-year closed in the red and went down. Euro/USD closed in the green and went up. And VIX closed in the red and went down. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's take a look at your weather across the United States for this evening. And here's a look at the weather across the United States for this evening. In Boston, it'll be 29 degrees with snow showers. In New York, 34 degrees with clouds. Washington, D.C., 34 degrees with clouds. In Atlanta, 29 degrees with a few clouds and the moon. In Jacksonville, Florida, 42 degrees with stars and moon. Tampa Bay, Florida, 44 degrees with a few clouds and moon. Miami, Florida, 54 degrees with a few clouds and moon. Dallas, 53 degrees with rain. Phoenix, 42 degrees with moon and clouds. Moon and stars, sorry about that. Las Vegas, 38 degrees with moon and stars. Los Angeles, 49 degrees and cloudy. And San Francisco, 42 degrees and cloudy. That is a look at the weather across the United States for this evening. And that does it for this evening edition of The News with Riley King, broadcasting live here in our Washington, D.C. studio. As you can see, a nice, beautiful evening of the U.S. Capitol building in Washington, D.C. Thank you for joining us for this evening edition. Have a great evening, everyone. See you back here tomorrow for another edition. Good night and goodbye, everyone.